live. The market is open tonight, and we're going to see what happens. Right now, we're doing good. Gold, 4,218. And silver, I think they're trying to hammer silver down like right now. You can tell. Gold is just popping up, but silver just got smashed a little bit. Dude, these shorts are so anxious to get out. They just know the price of silver is going to skyrocket soon, I think. And we remember that the silver market got halted not too long ago. So I really think we could be days away from a massive moonshot. The market's getting so tight right now. A lot of the silver is coming off of the exchanges, and there's not enough to replenish it. Okay. Good evening. Hey, good evening. Good evening. What's up, everybody? Hey, Rodriguez. Hopefully I'm picking up that car tomorrow. I was supposed to get it today, but picking it up tomorrow. And right now, today we had a great workout. I put it up for like the paid members, for like people that get a membership or whatever. I don't know much about that, but I should since I set it up. More silver is better in your portfolio. The more, the better. That's what this content today is going to be about. The more you have, the better off you're going to be. Many reasons for this, which we're going to hopefully discuss. Silver is going to skyrocket, guys. Can you feel it in the air? I certainly can. It feels like we're just days away. We're days away from it. It's really going to start to go maybe. 60, 65, 70, 75. Probably 90s by next spring. We'll see. I don't know. Nobody knows other than probably the people that are behind the manipulation. Silver it's still manipulated, guys, but it's going to be manipulated a whole lot higher. They're going to let it go, let it run, help it along, pump out a little bit of news. Silver's going to go like 90, 100, 150, 2. And then they're going to short it. They're going to take short positions and puts, and then it's going to crash down, probably. Okay, and we are tracking all of this silver storm on this channel. So if you're interested in gold and silver, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. My goal is to help make you a better investor. Will I succeed? Will I fail? Well, time will tell. Time will tell. But we got to start getting rich, guys. We got to take this stuff very seriously. I spent most of my day working on projects for you guys, making money, YouTube. So you got to stay on your game all the time. If you slow down, other channels are going to keep going better, 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 better. Okay. So I can't stop, guys. Trying to stay more hydrated too. And I cut out creatine. And I'm going to lower my protein content because I may have been taking too much protein. Because if you think about it, how big am I really getting? I'm not really getting any bigger. If anything, I should increase everything else. But are you buying calls on silver? No, I don't do that. Calls on silver. On ETF? No. But I certainly could. I would say, you could look into calls on AGQ. That's a silver ETF. But to me, that's kind of expensive. And there's more options that are cheaper. You could get so many different things. But silver ETF. I do have some silver ETFs. Okay? You got to keep getting more, though. You can't back down. Don't be scared. 3,000 on the neck. Yeah? No, this is fake. This isn't real. I still want to be very careful with it, but it is fake. Okay? The maggots give it a good flavor. Anything but a job. Yeah, I'll do anything but a real job. I would rather do anything. I would even rather talk to you knuckleheads than get a real job. Okay? Believe that. No, maybe this guy is new. I got like 6 jobs, dude. I got like 6. Okay? So, and many of them are real. Okay? And this job is real. This one's real. How could this not be a real job? I'm here, I'm putting in the time, I'm tracking the price of gold, 4,216, and I've been telling you guys to buy it since it was 1,700. Okay? And I first bought gold when it was less than 300. So I'm trying to keep you guys informed about the precious metals and the mining stocks, okay? We're still early on these mining stocks. Did you see Hecla mining really was kind of shooting up? A little while ago, Courier was really shooting up too. Let me take a look at Hecla mining. HL. Hecla mining. Yeah, I told you this one was on my list on the Patreon. Okay, guys? So if you want to get these stocks early, join the Patreon. It's John's Gold and Silver. It's in the description of this video. Look me up on the Patreon, guys. And Hecla, I can only assume it's going to keep going higher. Certainly. It's going to hit over $22 easy, and it's probably going to go 40 or 50, 60 bucks. So HL, that's just one, okay? To get my full list of stocks, go on the Patreon. We have 10 members now, and we need to get like way more than that. My goal is to get 100 Patreon members. And my goal is to tell you a lot of different stocks for entertainment only. This is all entertainment, guys. But yes, I do have lists of stocks, and it's all real. It's real entertainment. Is this a real look, or are you busting balls? This is really my look. I generally don't wear this outside, but other than that, this is my look. I'll wear this. Can you spit a freestyle for the boys? No, not unless you give like a huge super chat. I have super chats, guys. You don't buy it when it was 300. Yes, I did. You know how old I am, dude? I've been in gold and silver since you were a youngster. More than 25 years ago, I've been into gold and silver. Okay? I bought my first silver, I think, when I was 14. All right? So I look young, but that was a long time ago. And I knew silver was going to be one of the best things, even way back then, because I was like, oh, it's in electronics. It's everywhere. It's the best reflector, and it's a good conductor of electricity. Solar panels. I knew that silver was in solar panels, even when solar panels were first coming out. But back then, the demand was a lot lower. Now, there's way more solar panels, and there's a potential for silver to go way higher. Okay, guys, this is insane. This is the epic move. This is the epic move that I've waited over 25 years for. What happened in 2011 with gold and silver, that wasn't really the real thing. They kind of held the system together. Inflation came back down, and they suppressed gold and silver especially. But this is the big run now. This is the real one, because you can read charts for one. and silver has one of the most amazing charts that you will ever see. I'll show you guys if you're new. But yeah, that's amazing on Hecla Mining, guys. I told you about that one. So we got to get more people on the Patreon. I'm dead serious, guys. I mean, if we did, it would encourage me. I'm supposed to put out a video of all my cryptos that I own, which I was actually going to work on that, but I came live instead because I want to get more subscribers right off the bat. But I'm going to be putting out a video of all of the cryptocurrencies that I think are the ones that really we should be looking at. And guess what? Bitcoin's not on there. Okay. Remember, subscribe, guys. Subscribe. All right, I'm going to show you the silver chart now. Let me look at a couple of comments here. Can you spit a freestyle? No. What are you even talking about? You ignorant and lying. You be like 100. I bought my first coin when it was 1900. Thoughts on Monero and Zcash? Zcash really been dropping. I don't like Zcash at all. It's got the momentum going on to the downside now, much like silver has the momentum, but it's going on the upside. So I would say I'm not a big fan of Zcash, but Monero, I don't know. Is it a real? I haven't looked lately. Real gold or pity the fool shit? I wear real gold. Are you making a list for crypto for the? Yes. And it's because I have to, because we might not have that much time before altcoin season. And the key is these cryptos are cheap. Look at the fear and greed index. It's pretty far down. It's as good. That means you have to buy. Look at all of the meme coins and altcoins. They're crushed, such as Shiba Inu. They're getting crushed. So I'm going to pump out a list on the Patreon of probably 10 or 15 that I think are, some of the steals, the deals out there. And I didn't buy any crypto for like 5-6 days though. Okay. But I'm going to tell all the Patreon members what I have been buying. But I will make another crypto purchase because I have the extra money and I might buy more crypto, possibly even on this stream right now, because I got my other phone right here. I can buy crypto right in front of you guys. So I might do that because now it's in my head. Now I'm probably just going to do it now. Okay. I'm going to buy some in a minute. Now I can't turn back. Once I start thinking about it, I got to add. You have to add crypto at these levels because they're so cheap. Okay. And I will tell the Patreon members which ones that I really think are the best to add. Not financial advice. This is the new piece, though. New piece. I'm holding and buying some dips with fingers crossed. Yeah. Bought XRP at 49, sold high, bought back at 194. Yeah, I would just hold it. At that point, right now on XRP, I would hold it. I wouldn't buy any because I think there's so many other opportunities. But holding on to it would be a good thing. I think XRP could still go back up, even though I don't like it. But I don't like a lot of cryptos, okay? I'm one of these crazy guys that likes ICP. And yeah, I do like ICP because it's so cheap. But I'm not here to give away all of my favorite cryptos, okay? Buy Bitcoin, no. Silver will also rocket, yes. Silver is going to be the top dog probably in a couple of months. Right now, it's just getting its engine revved up, okay? So the silver run is not over. It's going to get way, way stronger, way more intense. And people are going to be freaking out at one point. And then it's going to be like all over the news. Everybody's going to be talking about silver. They're going to have freaking Peter Schiff on mainstream news a lot more often. And then you're going to see the price probably go up to like 120, 150. And then just everybody's going to be talking about it. And then it's just going to be like, and then there's going to be a massive drop, I think. Going to be a massive drop. And that drop's going to be another opportunity to buy for the longs, to add to your physical. Yes, to add to the physical. Any drop in silver, I'm adding physical, but it's not dropping though. Silver's not dropping. No, I'm not a fan of Bitcoin. There's better ones. If I was into crypto, I would have been a fan of Bitcoin when it was cheaper. Now I think Bitcoin is getting to be slightly overvalued. because I think it's common because there's 18 million and it's overvalued, it's too expensive. So I think it's common and too pricey. So in my opinion, Bitcoin is not the way to go because it's slow. Bitcoin is slow. Tell me one good thing about the Bitcoin network. It's okay, it's secure. It's pretty secure, but it's slow. Nobody wants to build on it. Hey, Big John, how's the car search? I just put the motorcycle away like a couple days ago, and I'm supposed to buy this car tomorrow. I'm going to be buying a car. So, yes, gold is real money. Gold is real money. I agree. All previous metals will eventually stop at some point. You're right. Well, yeah, but right now I'm a believer that we're going into the melt up, which is the theory that's primarily from David Hunter. This guy is pretty much the originator of the melt up theory. So I do believe that the melt up is happening now, and I can see it. It's happening. It's exactly happening as it should with the wall of worry. They want people to be afraid to buy these investments the entire way up. And that's what they're doing. They're painting stocks that look, it all looks negative. It looks scary. You have them saying AI is in a bubble. You're saying, oh, the stock market's in a bubble. Warren Buffett sold. Jamie Dimon sold, whatever. So they're giving people all these reasons to keep their money back and not put it into the markets. So what's going to happen is it's going to shift and it's going to get so euphoric. Then it's going to suck all the investors' money in. That's when it crashes. So, yeah, silver is probably going 75 to 100. Stock market's probably going up. And then we're going to get like the black swan crash, the recession. And, it might happen next year. Don't know. I'm not trying to predict exactly the day. I cannot do that. So I think we're going to get a big run up on silver. So check out that guy, David Hunter. That's one of the people that I follow. People will buy crypto and not even know what cryptocurrency means. Yeah. It's not really that wild because, first of all, you can make money in cryptocurrency. People know that you can make money in it. People are desperate to make money. People are greedy. They want as much money as they can get, for their own purposes, whatever they are. And they hear that, yeah, you can make big money in crypto, so they're going to buy it without even knowing what it is. And that's fine. But you got to be willing to take the risk, For me, I usually wouldn't do that kind of a thing. I do look into these cryptocurrencies that I buy. I look into them somewhat. I don't study them for hours and hours. And I do trade them mostly on the charts and on the sentiment. Okay? I don't trade crypto based on the fundamentals, except for Shiba Inu, because it has the burn rate, which is very positive for the fundamentals. And Internet Computer has very positive fundamentals too. And so do other ones like Chainlink, but I don't primarily look at the fundamentals on crypto. If I see something, the chart looks good, I'll buy it. And that's usually how I make money. Get back to the job site. Do you understand what Bitcoin can do beyond being scarce? I don't think 21 million is scarce. I can give you a stock that has a lot less than 21 million, or whatever. And it's divided into Satoshis that there's like trillions of those. So there's trillions, trillions of pieces of Bitcoin that you can own. But it's a matter of opinion if that's rare. Okay? Bitcoin doesn't really do anything. So I don't think it's really that rare, Or its rarity is negated by the fact that it doesn't really do anything. Gold does a lot more than Bitcoin, I'll tell you that. And it has. And gold has stood the test of time. Silver has stood the test of time. Bitcoin, we don't know. It might go up to $1 million, yes. but then it might plummet and go away completely and be replaced by internet computer someday. I mean, Bitcoin is going to be overtaken. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. I know it will at some time. I don't know when. Cuban link chain. Yep. Damn, dude, that chain is sick. Thank you. I get a little bit of light on there. Yeah. Thank you. I want to get an actual 1 ounce gold coin, but that's like a little bit more money. So I don't want to spend that much, but I will eventually. I think what I'm going to do is when silver skyrockets, I'm going to trade a little bit of my silver for some gold. And then I'm going to get a gold coin on there. So that's the plan. The thing is, a lot of people want to rush their plan, you know? Some people are already selling their silver. I think that's too soon. Too soon. You got to fully let your investment mature. Selling silver now is selling an immature asset. Think of it like that. And that means you're an immature investor. In my opinion, not financial advice. Do you invest in gold? Yes. I have a lot of gold stocks. If you want to get any gold stocks, or I can teach you about some gold stocks on my Patreon. It's entertainment only, though. Bitcoin key aspect is proof of work protocols. Yes, but now proof of work protocols can be included and incorporated on many different cryptocurrencies. So yes, there is a proof of work, but like I said, there's many cryptos with proof of work. It doesn't matter. It is a trustless means of exchange and store of value. Yes, you can exchange with it, but you can also exchange with a lot of different things. The dollar is already digitized. So you can exchange with other cryptos too. Tether. There's many different cryptos that you can use. Why does Bitcoin have to be the best one? You know, if these other ones can do it. I'm telling you, a newcomer is going to destroy Bitcoin. I think it's going to be internet computer probably in 10 years, but we have to wait 10 years to see if I'm right, which really bodes well in my favor because I can't be disproven until that much time elapses. But for now, I'm sticking to it. ICP is going to take over Bitcoin. That chain is about 12 grand. Depends, dude. Depends. You talking retail price, or you talking black market? You know, if you're talking retail, yes. Retail, it would be quite expensive. But black market, no. It's a third the price. I can get this for 1/3 of the price of a retail store because I look for things on the black market. All right. GDX have done phenomenal this year. I'm back to the 2000. Bitcoin will destroy fiat. Yeah, there's a lot of people that believe in that. I know. ICP is not going to take over Bitcoin. Yes, it will someday. I'm telling you. It's got actual fundamentals. Bitcoin is just a store value, and people believe that it's scarce. But maybe 18 million might seem kind of scarce, but that's negated by the extremely high price and extremely high market cap. Okay? And how is Bitcoin rare if so many people have it everywhere? Almost every single crypto investor has a little bit of Bitcoin. So how is that rare? You know, I don't think it is rare. I think, it's a matter of your perception of it. 18 million could be rare to some, or it could not be. It's easy to say it's rare. It's just too easy. And I don't like that. Doesn't sit well with me. Let's chat a bit. There are so many other coins with fundamentals. Fundamentals alone does not move markets. Right, but I do believe that there will be a utility age. This is my belief. And in the utility age, certain cryptos are going to outperform ones that don't have a lot of use cases, okay? And that's why ICP is, I think, my number one. I think it's the number one utility coin. So, and it's way undervalued. And it's number one utility coin because it's valuable because it allows transactions at such high rate of speed. And it's only going to get better and faster because they're allowing for more data storage on their network. And they can ramp that up. They can rapidly expand their network anyways. They can even partner with some other kind of company, and this other company could help them build faster. Okay? I'm just telling you, it's a way better network than Bitcoin. It's an actual whole different thing. It's like a cloud storage. It's an actual world computer. I know that's hard for some to really comprehend, but it means that it's extremely valuable as a cryptocurrency. It should be in the future. Something with a fine supply is more rare than anything. Something with a finite supply. Yeah, but there's a finite supply of a lot of things. It's just it's a finite supply of a non-existent digital thing, you know, that when the shit hits the fan, what's it going to do for you? It's going to come back to gold and silver. Okay? Crypto will not be trusted. Okay? When the NASDAQ crumbles, so is Bitcoin. Bitcoin follows tech. So when everything falls apart, the stock market's going to tank. It's going to suck Bitcoin right with it. Okay? And then gold and silver are going to become the strongest. They're going to hold a lot more value than anything else. And gold and silver, when the market comes back up, gold and silver come back up the fastest because the government is going to have to throw so much new money at the system. That's why gold and silver are going to skyrocket after a recession. Okay? And I think it's going to go higher than even I think. It's going to go higher than you guys imagine because of the money that's going to be pumped into the system. And yes, Bitcoin could come back up too. There's reasons why I have crypto. I just think Bitcoin's stupid. It was a great investment in its time, but now it's not going to perform as well as a lot of other things. Namely, silver. The hat. Fix the hat. Can ICP be trusted? Is it proof of stake? ICP can be trusted for sure. And there's a lot of misconceptions between proof of work and proof of stake as well. A lot of false information out there. But you are my guy for now, Cash. I will be watching you. Thanks. My still game. I have to be honest with you. I think quite a bit understand Bitcoin enough. It takes a while to fully comprehend. Yeah. I can kind of comprehend it. You know, I've known about it a long time. When Bitcoin went up, it spiked up to like 10,000. I predicted it was going to crash. That was years and years and years and years ago. Or it was like up to 7,000. I thought it was going to crash. And I was like predicting Bitcoin even back then. What was it? Yeah. It was the first time Bitcoin shot up. It shot way up there. It looks like it even went higher than 10. But I predicted the crash, and then I predicted a rise after that before I was even on here. And then we got that big rise after that. And that was when I was working with a bunch of guys at the factory. And then I predicted it was going to crash, and it did. And then I predicted it was going to go back up, and then it did. And now we're at 91. And I think we're going to keep going up. People are afraid of what they don't know and then realize this when they look. Yeah. Kinda comprehend and comprehend are two different statements, brother. Have you ever listened to any of Jeff Booth's? No. Jeff Booth. Let me see who that guy is. Probably heard of him. Let me see what he looks like. I don't think so. Maybe I'll look him up on YouTube. Jeff Booth. This is a Bitcoin dude.
If I told you everything on your computer could be gone at any moment.
I'd like to analyze the shit that he says. That'd be fun.
Passwords.
I've seen so many of these guys talk about this stuff for so many years.
Still measuring Bitcoin. You know, piece of paper. They're watching for price to go up, and they're likely to get wiped out at some point because of that. You have to let go of all these lies that you've lived your whole life. All of it has to look like it because it's coming from you. At a scale that is unimaginable. And don't trust, verify. And once you know that, you are not stopping. If I get my people running nodes, spending in Bitcoin, and contributing to that network, nothing else matters. You just have a little bit of Bitcoin, nothing else. The entire free market is working for you. Let's say I'm totally...
If you have a little bit of Bitcoin and nothing else, the entire free market is working for you. Wow. That is so brilliant. What a jagoff.
Wrong. So to say that sometime in the future that this fails, would I ever be wrong about my choice and where I spend my time? No.
This guy seems like he tries to use logic to manipulate the audience, different stupid things, and I'm going to watch a little bit of this guy later. A couple of his talks. I'm not going to read his books, but I'll check this guy out. I don't have a lot of hope.
Not a chance.
But
today,
to how you think about it.
I just want to see one thing that he says.
Because it would be normal that it wouldn't be. Because if you've never seen it, you've always had a different frame of the world. Your entire mental frame of everything in the world is from a system of control. And it would be really hard to see a different world from a new system. That's why there is repeating over, because it's funny. Sometimes I get people that would say, some people say, please repeat it over and over again. And then some people laugh about me repeating it over and over again. Well, they're still measuring it from the other system. Right? So it's just interesting. I guess it just is. It's Bitcoin. It's not Bitcoin that's changing. It's us that's changing. It's our ideas that are moving to this.
This guy sounds ridiculous, like a philosophical tard. Like he's trying to be all philosophical about this stuff. And that's wishy-washy, future, maybe not stuff. This kind of language that he uses is I don't like it. But let me see what some of his tenets are. Tenets on Bitcoin. Jeff Booth's tenets on Bitcoin. His tenets on Bitcoin include its role as a foundational protocol layer for the global internet. I think that's what internet computer is. That's why I like ICP. Its ability to create a parallel internet. This is ICP based on energy rather than manipulated fiat currencies, and its potential to enable parallel internet that forces the free markets. He emphasizes that Bitcoin is not just a technology, but a crucial tool for a more, well, first of all, yes, Bitcoin is a technology. But guess what? There's so many different cryptos, and they all have slightly different technology. So yes, Bitcoin is just one of many. Okay, so yes, that statement by him is not that good. Okay, and it's just dissecting that part of it. It's not just a technology. Okay, who cares? If it is a technology, who cares? Because there's better cryptos with better technology. So you can take that out. So he emphasizes that it is a crucial tool for a more prosperous, decentralized, fair future. Wow, this guy's got some lofty thoughts. It's a crucial tool for a more prosperous, decentralized, and fair future. Well, why can't one of the other cryptos take this position then? Why is it only Bitcoin? You know what I mean? These are the guys that they're all just pumping Bitcoin, even though there's way better cryptos. It's because they're paid pumpers, you know? And I think this is one of the top ones. And I have heard his name before. Definitely. I think he's just a major pumper. He believes that Bitcoin is the world's first true free market. Bitcoin is not a free market. It's completely manipulated, and a lot of it is owned by the big institutions. And that it offers a 45% IRR, making the free risk rate a full counterplay risk and collapsing trust. What the hell is this guy even talking about? Booth's venture firm Ego Death Capital is investing in companies building directly on Bitcoin. So he's just choosing for his company to get on Bitcoin to keep pumping it up. This is his game. This is his business. You know, just like Michael Saylor. These guys got to pump it. I think I like Michael Saylor a little bit better. He seems more badass. But these guys are both scammers, you know. But I'll look into him a little bit more. If I change my mind, I'll let you know. But yeah, I've heard of him. They've mentioned him before on different sites. But this is just stupid little kid stuff. You can tell he's just a Bitcoin pumper. And if you actually follow the things that he says, and it's not going to be good. But still, just because I can tell this dude's a scammer, it doesn't mean Bitcoin's going to tank. All right, I think it's going to go higher. But yeah, I'm telling you, this guy's just a pumper. You need time to digest what he says. I really want to know what your IQ is, dude. Are you serious about this guy? I really do want to know, like, meet you in person, see if you're smart or what. Like, bye, folks. You need time to digest it, all right? Jack Mailers. I've heard of statements and digested them from these Bitcoin pumpers. Like I said, it's his own business. I just read it. It's his business. He's in the business of pumping Bitcoin. He's only doing business with other companies, looking for other companies in order to make Bitcoin prosper more. So he's one of the ones that keeping the bubble get bigger. When it pops, you're going to go broke, you know. When the bubble pops, who gets caught holding the bag? It's always retail. Always. Not us, though. Not on John's Gold and Silver. But typically, it's just always new retail, you know. But a lot of people follow these guys, and they just want to hear stuff that positive reinforcement, you know, reinforces what they want. If you have a lot of Bitcoin, chances are you're going to watch these guys. And you're going to like them. You know? Yes, we're serious. You're just 100% in gold. No. I have a lot of crypto. So, yeah. I do have a lot of crypto. Better practice falling down. There are many others out there too, but I think Jeff really clarifies what it takes time for it to click. Okay. That's just stupid. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It takes time to click and stuff. I had a buddy like that all of a sudden, I woke up and he understood what it is. But I think it was all bullshit. The whole awakening of Bitcoin. I think it's just deception. People being deceived whenever they're awakened to it. So yeah, I really believe that. When people become awakened to it and they can see like, oh, it's so great. Oh, it's tradable all the time. It's this alternative thing. I think they're being highly manipulated by many, many different sources that want you obsessed with Bitcoin. They want you to buy it. Okay. These big boys are making money on it. Like BlackRock. All right. Show us the crypto. Same thing happened to the internet. Guys like you laughed. Yeah. I wasn't around when the internet came out. I probably would have been a big supporter of the internet, honestly. Because why not? You know. It allows for transfer of information. Yes, Bitcoin allows for transfer of money, but so does everything else. So does, like I said, the main one, Tether. So do many different stable coins. And they're just trying to keep Bitcoin at the very top. And right now, they can do it. All right? They can do it. They're keeping up Bitcoin at the top. But I don't think it's going to stay at the top forever. What the problem we currently have with the fiat debt system? Well, there would be a lot of problems. But the biggest problem is it's not really, in theory, I don't think it's sustainable forever. Because for the most part, fiat systems don't last more than 300 years. Our system is, I think it's over 300 years now. It is. Our fiat system is over 300 years. So you can't keep it. The chances are it's gonna collapse. And one problem with it is that it creates inflation. But Bitcoin mechanic. Okay. But yeah, I've heard of that Jeff Booth. He goes to all the conferences and stuff like that. I think I've seen him at one, shook his hand. Then I punched him in the face. No. If Bitcoin goes global, I think it already did. Yes, gold is in its cycle too, though it is not also at the top. Question. Right. I don't think Bitcoin or gold is at the top. You know, I think it's possible Bitcoin goes to 1 million. It's possible gold goes to 25 to 50,000. And silver 300 or more. Gold is going to 6K. I think so, yes. But I just hate how all these crypto guys are just obsessed with Bitcoin. It's like it all starts with channels like Cryptos R Us. He goes, oh, when all else fails, just buy Bitcoin. Just load up on Bitcoin. You know, I don't believe in that. Why is he pumping that so much? Why do people pump Bitcoin when there's so many different ones? I don't like it. Something feels off about it. Because I think some of these other technologies coming up are way, way better. The dollar is screwed is the bottom line. Yeah, that's what that means. The fiat debt system. The government, you know, everything always tends toward chaos. Same with the human condition. People always tend toward corruption because it's human nature to want money and to be greedy. And that's how it goes. The government wants to print more money and elites end up making profit off of it. Okay? They make profit off of it. They can never fix the system unless we go back to real money. To be honest, I partially shared your sentiments on Bitcoin, but it's under attack and need more holders to run nodes. Difficult to know who to trust. I just know that I think that the Michael Saylor guy is a scammer. I just know it. He's just a major, major pumper. But he's also like a genius. He's also very smart. Perfect guy to deceive the world. Michael Saylor. They picked the perfect person. He's very smart. You always got to pick someone that's intelligent, that's capable of deceiving masses. And he's the perfect guy. With Bitcoin, the key, and Trump is a perfect guy too, the perfect deceiver. He says things that people love, so he gets everybody on his side. Meanwhile, he screws everybody, you know. He doesn't end the war. He keeps inflation going. You know, he pumps up Bitcoin. Meanwhile, gold is silently going higher, you know. If Trump was honest, he would tell the people that they should have gold to to secure their wealth. But he is not honest. I think Trump knows a lot more than he's saying, and he's not allowed to say a lot of stuff. And he's just part of the elite globalist system. He's part of the corruption. But with Bitcoin, the key aspect is that harnesses greed for good. Well, that's what I'm trying to do in my own life. I'm trying to harness my own greed, get as much money as I can, and do something good with that money. So that's what I'm doing, trying to harness greed for good. So many of us do, but all right. Yeah, gold is stuck right now. Come on. 4,216 is just stuck. Come on, guys, please subscribe if you want to. If you don't, then don't. Bitcoin is over 92 now, 92,200. So that means that, yeah, silver is 58.36. I'm so, every day it's like it goes up to a really good high, and then it's like, and it comes back down. I wanted to just keep on going. Like $58 is not enough for me, It's not enough. I just want more excitement, That's kind of why I'm an investor too, because I want the excitement. I want to make money and I want excitement. To me, stocks are very exciting because I'm like a long-term thinker, a planner, and I just know I'm trying to find the stocks that have the most potential for the future. Bitcoin here today, gone tomorrow. I believe so, yes. Probably stick around for another 50 years, maybe 40, 50 years. But I really don't know. I don't know. Maybe it'll go to 1 million and then they'll make a new system and it'll collapse, be replaced. Dude, it's really hard to say, what's going to happen. I wonder if the United States could make a new currency and include Bitcoin and gold to back it. That'd be cool. But who the hell knows what they're going to do? Only they know. They're never going to tell us. If Trump knows that gold's going to go to $50,000, he's not going to tell us. And that's what I disagree with the politicians. They should be more open and honest with the people. Okay? If I was up there, I would tell you guys that I'd be like, notice how the banks are buying gold. You should get gold too for your families. That's what I would say. But Trump, he don't care. He doesn't care about you. He just cares about getting rich. It's depressing when our leader is not really caring about us. But think about that too much, you'll get depressed. So you're clearly Sonic. Wish you all the best with your endeavors. Hey, Rick Knight, what kind of chain is that I can see? It's sick. Man. Sick. That's my newest piece. But now I got to get another new piece. So, got to try to work some overtime. Or sell a little bit of silver and buy some gold. But not time yet. He's telling you to hold your Bitcoin, LOL, and you think he's just a liar when they have it themselves. Who's they? And also, telling you to hold your Bitcoin, LOL. Well, yeah, I think that a lot of the elites do hold Bitcoin. And as I said, it might go to 1 million, okay? Because I think that they're going to inflate the currency more. The dollar's going to drop. Asset prices are going to go higher because of a declining dollar. When the dollar is devalued, everything else has to go higher. That's how it works, because there's a higher money supply. So you have more money chasing the same amount of goods. So prices are naturally going to go up. That's why cars are going up. And yeah, I think that a lot of people like Trump, they hold Bitcoin, and you know, they're going to sell it at some point, probably next year, maybe early next year. I don't know. Looks like one of those gold biscuits. That's cool. Promethean Action Updates channel for better analysis on Trump and his actions. Okay. My gold chain, if I had money in cash, I would blew it in something dumb. Yes. Getting a gold chain is one of the best things to blow your money on, because at least you're going to have something when all is said and done. They made a few hundred since I got it 7 years ago. Personal chain already made me. Well, when you bought the chain, you probably paid a hefty premium too, depending on where you got it. Oh, yes. I think that the elites want to pump and dump on us. That's what it is whenever there is a major stock market crash. They happen very, very rarely. But I do believe crashes can be and are planned ahead of time. And I think that the insiders, the institutions, they're going to make all the money, and they're going to know it's going to happen before it happens. Okay? So yes, I think it's all a big pump and dump, and retail always gets caught holding the bag. But like I said, not us, because we keep up with the markets on this channel 100%. But if you had that same money in cash, I would have bought clothes and shoes, and that would have been gone by now. Yep. Because of labor, but that money has been made back already. Yeah, it costs money to make gold and stuff. So you pay a big premium, but you have to try to find deals on it too. You can find good deals on gold on eBay, but you have to pay taxes. Well, you always have to pay taxes. Okay, guys? So, is it better to buy a gold chain or a gold coin? I would say gold coin. Gold coin. Because you can get a lower premium. So, yeah, I'd say 100% gold coin. Gold coin for investment, but buy chain to enjoy the investment. Yes, I think you should get both. Get a gold chain and put a gold coin on it. That's what I'm going to do next. If, I decide to spend the money on that, which I kind of want to at some point. Set Bitcoin for a way to... You think U.S. debt will sell Bitcoin for what they pay to back debt? Sell Bitcoin for what? To pay back? Would they sell Bitcoin to pay debt? I don't even know how much Bitcoin the U.S. has. Probably not much. So would they sell it? Oh, I'm talking about individuals, not like the government. I think people like Donald Trump has Bitcoin, but that's just for his own greed, for him to make money, which is okay. But he's not going to use the money for good, so it's really not okay. But you know what I mean. They're not going to sell Bitcoin to pay off the debt. No. The U.S. doesn't have that kind of Bitcoin. But they could start buying it and then in 10 years pay off the debt. But we're just completely speculating. If anything, I think they're going to revalue gold, and that will balance the debt. They're going to revalue gold. I've seen chains like that where people have the coins as a pendant on their chain. Yep, that's what I want. You can even wear it on black rope. I guess. Yeah, you could. You could put a coin right onto a black nylon thing. Yeah, you could. You could. It's good there are sellers. It's a payments network. Is DJT still a good stock to buy? Yeah, that's a good stock. It's a bad company, but it's a good stock. DJT. I think it was up to like 11 something today. 11.19 right there. I like it, yeah. I do. This is a scary one. It's a risky one. but it should go up if we get this stock market rally in December and early next year. Like I said, we're in a melt up. This is going to be one of the last things to go because it's all speculation. There's nothing to it on DJT. There's nothing really to it except that it's got the Trump name. Thanks for that, Kobe. So yes, DJT, it has the Trump name. And in the case that the stock market rapidly accelerates because of interest rate cuts or whatever news, DJT is going to go up to 40, 50 bucks. So I know guys that have option calls on this for $100, you know, but that's kind of crazy, but you never know. What you think is crazy could actually happen. ABTC, was that the Trump's company or whatever? Let me check that out. American, was that, what is that? American Bitcoin or something? American Bitcoin Corp. Yeah, ABTC. That one is, oh yeah, that one tanked. That's why I liked it like the other day. I was like, oh, I kind of like that. It's down to $2.19. And it was as high as like $9 not long ago. So I guess this is Trump's company. This is like Trump's Bitcoin freaking company, whatever. I don't know that much about it, Kobe, but maybe you can help us out. But it could reverse split. Look at Tilray. That just reverse split. That sucks, dude. Tilray just reverse split. Yeah, ABTC, it just tanked, dude. I don't know what happened to it. It just probably whoever big owners of it decided to sell it off. I don't know. I think it was you watched a while ago eating a full plate of rice. Yes. I don't eat the rice anymore because it's the carbs absorb too quickly, and I'm eating less now. I try to eat less and get a little bit more lean and ripped. Okay. Buying silver versus buying gold. I prefer silver. Yeah, I really don't buy gold much. I think silver is way better because it always plays catch up. It outperforms. You know, we're going into the biggest part of the bull run, which is going to be in a very accelerated phase where gold could run to 7,000 or 8,000 very quickly. And at that point, that's when silver really becomes awake. Silver really is going to start to do better than gold in percentage gains. So if gold moves up 3% one day, silver is probably going to move up 6%. Okay? So the relationship between gold and silver changes as the bull market progresses. And you want to be primarily in silver, in my opinion. Okay? I think you want to be mainly in silver. I'm learning Kobe's. Okay, I think it was you I watched. Yes, I'm learning out to whenever I do 300 plus gram rice. Instant spike gives me a headache. Yeah, you know, if you do eat those fast absorbing carbs, I mean, try to do it right before you work out. You know, just don't have like too many. And that's the best time to do it because that's going to fuel up your muscles. You know, you want to be real hydrated. Have a little bit of rice before you work out, and that should really help your muscles pump a little bit more. They'll pump real hard. You'll have more vascularity. And then if you eat too much rice and too much carbs, you're going to get more fat, usually on your stomach. So, you know, so that's why you don't want to bulk too long. You don't want to bulk for, you know, really more than 4 to 6 months, because then that fat can be very hard to take off. All right. So I don't even bulk really anymore. I might bulk next spring, but I'm only going to probably bulk for like 2 or 3 months and just see how big I can get in that 2 or 3 months. I'm going to bulk up for right when I turn 40. And then I'm going to release my book, How to Get Ripped at 40. So, and it's going to be my pictures on the cover of the book. So I'm going to really, I am going to bulk up a little bit and then slim down for my birthday. And then do all the photo shoots for the book. Get a job. I am a YouTuber. What makes you like silver more than gold? What makes me like silver more than gold is the fact that it outperforms gold at the end of the bull runs. That's why I like it, because you can make more money. I know gold bugs don't like me sometimes because I'm all about silver. There's gold bugs and there's silver bugs. I'm a silver guy. Okay, you think it's just too expensive for you, but a return is a return. Carbs only turn to body fat if you're in a calorie surplus. Yes, I'm down from 245 to 65 and still going for a bit longer. Damn, you lost a lot. Yep. And one other thing to consider, yes, it is important where you get your calories from, and carbohydrates can take up a significant part of your diet, but you just don't want to eat more calories overall than you need. You know, you get it. And you don't want to take too much more excessive protein either, because that's not too good on your kidneys. Too much protein can make you pee more and excrete more water too. So in reality, you want to try to get the perfect amount of protein and maybe a little bit extra on top of that, you know? And you could have a lot of complex carbs. Complex carbs are really good for sustained energy and then keeping your muscle bellies full. And carbohydrate, hence the part of the word hydrate, they will allow your body to absorb more water. Carbohydrates are stored as glycogen, and that has a water molecule attached to it. So carbs are good for muscle fullness. But if you want to get super, super, super ripped, I would go on a low carb, slightly higher protein, and just really try to eat very, very little, and you'll get ripped in no time. But yeah, any excess protein turns into carbs and fats, regulate hormone. Well, excess protein could get urinated out or burned as energy, but it won't turn into carbs. But he says carbs and fats regulate hormone, especially saturated fat. That's why you got to have eggs and beef. Carbs are a great way for energy, but not essential, but definitely necessary for proper performance. That's the perfect way to put it. Perfect way to put it. That's exactly what I think, because that's what Mike Mentzer taught. Well, actually, he taught that you should have more carbs, but I believe carbs are not a necessity. Definitely not needed. Carbs can be very bad too if you're getting way too many of them, too much sugar, insulin spiking. Your hormones are not clean. Excessive DHT is nuking your scalp. That's genetics. I probably have decent testosterone because it's nuking my hair. So hopefully, Bitcoin is almost up to 93 now. Yeah, you notice how bearish they were on Bitcoin? It was like, for a week or so there, it was all bearish on it, you know? And I was like, we're going to be fine, guys. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. And it looks like we're moving up. Thanks, dude. Thanks for that, the coin right there. I love Mike Mentzer too, but one thing was, when you are on so much gear, your body can pick out protein and prioritize it for muscle growth, even through carbs. Yeah. So it's easier to really bulk up on gear. I mean, man. Yeah, that guy I'm a fan of his. That guy knew a lot of shit for his day. Yeah, that's my favorite bodybuilder. This Jeff Booth guy, I really don't want to listen to him. Real legend. Yes. He was. He was very inspirational too. So that's why I like to watch his stuff, is because it's inspirational. I've always been into inspirational stuff. But I might actually take a jog up to the dollar store because I want to get out of the house. And if I actually do get to the dollar store, I can just look around and get a couple of snacks, maybe some tuna fish, something healthy. Definitely not going to get any Campbell's soup. I used to get that Campbell's chunky soup. Not anymore. I'm never getting Campbell's again. Best physique, in my opinion, got robbed by Arnold because he was a movie star. That bastard Arnold. Yeah. Arnold really was a scumbag in some cases. But, as I have said, Arnold believed that the ends justifies the means. He thinks he did what he had to do to become as successful as he is. And I bet you he feels bad sometimes. I bet you he watches YouTube videos once in a while about the feud that him and Menser had, and he remembers that part of his life. I bet you he does. But we'll never know what Arnold does in his private life. Well, we know that he has kids with women that are not his wife. We know quite a bit about his private life, actually, and it is not good. I'm telling you, I'm not a big fan of Arnold anymore. I used to be. But since I learned about Arnold just cheating, completely cheating, I'm not a fan of his anymore. But he did the most for the sport. So, but either way, the sport of bodybuilding would have taken off anyways, even without Arnold. Tell your followers that it's a bear market. Guys, we're in a bear market. No, because you're going to clip. Dude, no. You're going to clip that out. I know what you guys do. You can rewind it, clip it out. Guys, I said we're in a bear market. It's going to go down. No. So, guys, thanks, everybody. This was a very successful live. We didn't have that many views, but we had 664 viewers on this live. The reason it's so low is because we already did a workout live earlier. So this one's not going to get pumped out, which is okay. Whatever. It's a bear trap. I hope you're wrong. Thanks. Good talks. Okay. Thanks, dude. Good to connect with someone that actually knows who Mike Menser is. I've only ever had one friend that even cared about different bodybuilders and stuff. So it's cool to relate to you on that one. I'll see you soon.